Don't quit your day or night job.
Whatever, Jen. Remember when she said I was cheating on her? Now she wants me to quit my other boyfriend. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm weak.
I texted her last night.
What
I
are you
said,
talking about?
I need you to leave your other man.
And I was like, that's how she said, so what did you think? I'm like, my guy friend? That's what I said. I really thought she
My guy friend? So me and my guy friend.
Not my babe.
Oh, he's your bae now?
Yeah. You know we love each other now.
Got an official title?
Because I just want to say
All right,
yeah.
let's do this. What's up, everybody? My name is Lita Fazal. This is Hair and There. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff on this series of this podcast. But today, you're going to get to know us, okay? Because you haven't really gotten there with us yet, and we're going to dive deep and, let you know how we got here and how we're in front of you right now. We're going to talk about, hair, there, maybe some conspiracies. Who knows? It's going to be fun and random, but in the end, you're going to get to really know us, and I think that's really important since we have started this podcast, and this is, we're in it now, and we gotta let you guys know who we are. So, my name's Lita Fazal. I own Tone Hair Salon in Raleigh, North Carolina, and today I'm with Luce Goosey.
The receptionist at Tone.
The receptionist at Tone.
The receptionist.
Drika, and I am the Tonette at Tone Salon.
Yes, Tonette. I love it.
Tonette. And I'm Kaylin, a stylist at Tone Salon.
Awesome. All right. So between us, I have 21 years of hair experience. You've got a few months. You've got a few months, and she's got a couple years. So
Well, technically.
a couple years, Drika, right? So
Yes.
you got a little bit of a range here, which I think is very dynamic and relates to everybody, right? Because we've got somebody she's not even a hairstylist, but she's the receptionist that, talks to everybody. She does the social media. She is relatable in that sense if you're not fully into hair, or if you're thinking about doing hair or getting into the beauty industry. We got that perspective. We've got Drika, who just graduated and she's building up her career right now. And then we've got Kaylin, who is in it to win it now, and she's doing amazing. So, you got a lot of different perspectives here. So today we're going to talk about who we are and how we got here, and maybe some crazy stories of how we got here, I suppose.
Okay, who do you feel like has the craziest stories?
I don't know.
feel like
The
it's
few
that one.
stories that Kaitlin have told me is like, what?
Yeah.
You got kicked out of a car or something?
Thrown out of a car.
Thrown out of a car.
Crazy.
Thrown out of a car. Let's go there. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's just dive right in there.
Well, at the time, I was actually kind of like homeless.
Oh,
So I was
okay, we're adding to the fire of this
No,
story.
because I was like in the process of trying to move from Durham to Raleigh, and my lease had ended, and my new lease hadn't started yet. But I had already transferred to the Cheesecake Factory in Raleigh. So
Were you doing hair at all yet?
No.
You weren't even in hair school.
I was Okay. I was waiting tables.
Okay.
And so for a couple of weeks, I was having to commute from Durham to Raleigh for work. And so I was coming from, Durham, and I was on the highway, and a car went off the highway, and they hopped back on the highway because I guess they realized they took the wrong exit. And they had hit me. It was like a pickup truck, and his tail hit me. And I spun out into how on the highway it's got like the cinder block things in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, the median. I spun out into that. And, I woke up and I was standing in the middle
and
of
you
the
were
highway.
thrown out through the front windshield?
Not through the front, through the driver's side. I had my
That's
window.
even crazier.
I had my
That's
windows
That's
down.
even crazier.
Oh.
And I didn't have a seatbelt on.
Ooh.
So I got thrown out of the window, like right beside me, that I had down. And yeah, I was in the middle of the street. And at the time, Cheesecake, we had the white uniforms with the ties. So like my white button-up shirt was like red, covered in blood. And like I was just remember standing in the middle of the highway.
Holy crap.
People just driving by me, looking at me. My adrenaline was going. So I didn't even realize like my lip was hanging off. My elbow bone was poking out. Like
Yeah, that's great.
Wait, and you could never tell me you look great. Like I can never, like you don't even have any scars.
No, well, I have one on my elbow from that, but other than that, most of it was just like external stuff that could heal. Like I had road rash all over my body, all over my face, my lip. That's why I was hanging. There was like road rash right in here, and
How are
road
you
rash on my
alive?
scalp. Like I lost a lot of hair. So like when people be like, "Oh, you're bald," it's because I had road rash right there.
I would say you never.
I'll
No,
say
you're not bald.
bald.
I can tell
They
you
was
that.
trying to cover me on that live, talking about my hair being broken, but
Oh man, they
You
was
know.
haters. They was haters on the live.
Oh yeah. Jet, why don't you come in over? Come over here, maybe to this camera. Let's show off that widow's peak that she shaves. Solomon, can she stand right there for a second?
Excuse me.
Middle. Yo, stop
my God.
shaving that.
stop saying.
Jet,
Look at the
please.
side view.
It's
The side
crazy.
view.
The side view goes crazy.
Jet.
Please stop shaving it.
I love Jet.
Okay. I love you,
Mercy.
Deb, but you made me feel a little better about my hairline.
I would say, well, after wearing wigs for so long,
This girl's like, I don't give a
and
fuck.
just- I gotta cover it up.
I don't think I've ever been in a
I'll push it back.
like situation that crazy, like where I'm like really that hurt.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how
definitely
you.
There's been so many.
I would say I have plenty, but
I can't even-
I've never been thrown out of the car. That's literally the only thing. I just haven't been thrown out of the car, but I've had plenty of
Yeah.
stories.
I mean, that was my worst accident, but I've been in,
And how long ago was that?
that was in 2018.
Okay. Wow. Not that long ago. Wow.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about like what made you go to school, hair school.
Well, like I said, I was living in Durham and I had went to North Carolina Central University and it was very fun and cool, like college experience, but school just like wasn't for me. I couldn't focus enough on class and homework and stuff because I was too focused on making money and working. So when I decided to like give it a break and just kind of like take some time off, I decided to move to Raleigh and started serving again. And then COVID happened. I served for like 2 years here and then COVID happened and I was like, well, shit, I can't serve anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was like getting unemployment, trying to figure it out. Then I went and worked at a dealership and I was like, yes, as a receptionist. And I was like, I don't like this, being told what to do all the time and not getting paid enough and not happy. So my friend Amber, actually, I will always be grateful to her for this. She was going to my school, but for esthetician, like to get her esthetician license. And she was like really hyping it up to me. And I had never thought about it. And she was like, the cosmetology program's nice too. And I was like, I'm going to do it. Just like,
Random.
You never thought
Just-
about doing hair at all? You just
no. But I mean,
crazy.
growing up, I knew I liked doing hair because I was a cheerleader and a softball player. And everybody was like, oh, Kaylin, can you do my hair for, practice? I'd braid everybody's hair, do cute little ponytails and stuff. It's not like what I do now, but I always liked hair. So I was like, I'm going to just do it. And I know my mom, when I told her, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I was like, yeah, there's a $200, admin fee or whatever. And she was like, Kaylin, if I pay this, you better stick to it. Like, this is like your fourth attempt at something. And I was like, I think I like it. And sure enough, I went in and I was like on time, always, like I was ahead in my hours. I graduated early. For me, it wasn't that I wasn't smart or I couldn't comprehend school. It's just that I didn't have like a drive for it. And I kind of felt like it was redundant. I was learning about communications, which is what I do and what I've been doing for a long time, like talking to people, building rapport, all of that good stuff. So, yeah. And then when I finished, it was just like, I've always been able to, I knew I had the drive for something, but I didn't know what it was until I actually got in there. So it took a while, but.
Well, I mean, I think the funny thing is I don't think most hairdressers even think about doing hair. You know, I didn't. Like I went to Peace, it was called Peace University. Now it's called William Peace University. And I went right after high school and I thought about becoming a teacher. Then I went to I interned one day at a kindergarten and I said,
Lita.
hell no.
You know, it's crazy. I worked childcare right after high school. I worked like at 3 different daycares.
I can't do it.
Actually, I worked at a daycare for like a whole summer and it was fine. Like I just couldn't do the teaching. I was like, no, I'm good on that. But then I was like,
I don't know. I feel like maybe she would have been.
it was the last day I ever
She had
thought
the
about.
energy.
Good teacher.
I would say she has the energy.
Oh, thank
for
you.
it. I mean,
Kids are.
Yeah, the way she taught
But she
me,
does
I don't
theirs.
think.
Yeah,
It's not
because I'd
meant
be
for a
like,
kid.
hey,
Doesn't like
you
kids,
effing
though.
idiot.
Yeah,
What are
she
you
like
doing?
these
I can't
kids
say that
doing.
to a kindergartner.
No.
You know?
You make them
Anyways,
cry.
so then I wanted to do videography, or that's what I ended up doing was communications, was gonna do maybe work at a news station, a reporter. I actually interned at G105 for a whole summer. Like I was gonna go into that field. And then I was bartending and the girl bartending with me was in hair school. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I didn't do anybody's hair. I did have my stepmother who she has now passed, and I have a very traumatic family story that I'll share with you guys later. But she used to love for me to curl her hair, and that was the one connection that we had together was me curling her hair. She didn't speak English, okay, so we couldn't speak to each other, but by doing her hair, that was like a connection that we had. But that was the only person I had ever played around. I didn't have this like, oh, I want to play with your hair. No, I was not that person. And then I went to hair school and I just figured if it didn't work out, I always had my degrees. And it worked out. 21 years later, I'm still doing hair and I love it and I don't regret it at all, you know?
What did you want to do when you were a kid? Like, what was your dream job?
I don't know if I ever had like a dream job. Well, growing up, like I had a very abusive dad, and my mom was basically, my dad brainwashed my mom to basically leave us kids, and then basically told her never to come back, don't get in touch with us. And I didn't see my mom for like, since I was from 11 to 18. Wow. And then, and my dad, like I said, he was very abusive. I ended up running away at 17 and I had nothing to my name that day. The day I decided to run away, I just had my clothes. That was it. I didn't have a dime to my name, nothing. And I'll get into what happened. But wait, where was I going with this?
we was
Lou
talking
said
about careers.
What was your
and,
dream
what we
job?
wanted to do.
And curling her
Yes.
hair was the way that you guys
Right.
connected.
So then, that was the way we connected. And I was going to say something else.
About your dream job. I asked you as a child,
wanted
like
to do.
what you wanted to do.
Yeah, but it was
be.
something else. But anyways, I always have like
She always-
5 things I wanted to say. And then when it comes to spitting it out, it's like,
Word
where did
vomit.
it go?
I think I
Hello,
was pretty
brain.
much.
Where are you?
Knock,
Where are you? Knock, knock. But anyway, so I figured, let me go to hair school. And, now I've been doing hair 21 years. And I didn't know that I was forming this connection with hair when I was younger, Mm-hmm. And I did, I guess, psychologically, mentally. I don't know,
Yeah.
Believe I was.
It was
pretty,
always there.
I was pretty.
I feel
set
like it
with
gotta
everything. I'm so like structured, so I already knew what I was gonna be doing.
You knew as a kid that you wanted to do hair?
I knew that was part of it. I want to do everything. So
I vividly remember as a kid wanting to be a fashion designer so bad.
Girl, me too. I used to draw
literally
outfits on my little sketchbook.
planned my
and
life.
all.
I feel like
And like make little outfits for my Barbies and stuff. Yeah.
I pretty much had it set in stone. Like I knew I was going for healthcare, and then I knew within healthcare that I was going to go and do something in the beauty industry. I always knew that I wanted to be in part of it. I knew I was going to do hair too, but I also wanted to be like a model or some type of
Okay, you
beauty.
wanted to do everything.
Yeah, I wanted to be all
I was so confused
I
by
wanted to be-
everything. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I wanted
What?
to do everything, literally.
So crazy because when you're young,
and
like
I did pretty much everything I said I was going to do.
when you're young, you don't know what to do. Like you have all of these things and you have to like think about what would really work for you in the real world. Like what you're meant to do. Like for me, I know that my calling is somewhere in the beauty industry. I just don't know what it is yet. Because I like to do hair. I like to do makeup. I like to do lashes. Like there's so many things. I just don't know what it is yet.
And you can do it all, really.
Well, the good thing is you're getting like a firsthand experience of everything.
Yeah, and that's
so you're
what-
not
like-
having to like jump in cold and be like, okay, what now? You get to see, okay, well, Kaylin started from this and now look at her doing hair, and Jet, this is what she does. And
I
look
mean,
where
yeah,
she's
it's
at now.
truly inspirational to see you guys working and how you guys do stuff.
Yeah,
It
because
really
I didn't
is.
start at a salon prior to hair school. I was in healthcare, so you being already in the salon gives you that advantage.
For sure.
Well, I always tell
Like when I went
Luce,
to
if
college school, I was like, I don't know nothing.
if Luce goes to school, she's going to be the person everybody hates.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
she's
She's
going
gonna
to know
you already
everything.
know stuff.
I mean, I actually kind of feel bad for you. If you go to school, like
Knowing
the
all this.
teachers
The
are going to
Teacher- I was
hate
gonna say,
you.
it's gonna be
The teachers are
excuse
probably
me.
going to ask you questions.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, especially if you go like Paul Mitchell, because they're like, you have to do it the Paul Mitchell way and not like the way that.
Oh, that's
You know,
the one
like,
thing
it's
though.
crazy.
I feel like when you go to cosmetology school, you see us do all these advanced techniques. They're gonna try and dumb you down a little
Yeah.
bit, teach you the basics.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard for you with other people because they're gonna see you
But then
like.
You
again,
can be like,
she's
why
never,
can't we just
she,
do it
she
this
may
way?
know it, but she's never done it.
True.
That
Which is
girl-
a different.
But she knows what it looks
She's
like. how
watched
to
that
do it.
thing the time and time. She know it, but I don't know. I feel like she's so
I
particular.
feel like
she
the
could probably get
foiling
it.
part would be what they would try
Luke's
to teach
gonna
her
take
differently.
5 hours to foil her first head. She's gonna be like, "There's one little hair."
Oh yeah,
Oh,
if
she
she's
put
gonna
the
get-
most
seeds
oh,
out of
'cause
the
you know
way.
you have to do the
Person.
weaving. Like she's gonna say
She's
her
like,
weaving
"My
is not
weave
perfectly
uneven."
weaved.
Hold on, I gotta redo it. Let me reweave it.
The
would
weave is
take
not
10
perfectly
years.
weaved.
It would take 10 years. The girl's hair would have been
I-
falling out by the time
No,
she's
for
finished.
real, over processed.
She's gonna be on foil number 4.
No, I think
number
I'm gonna
one's
be.
done.
I think I'm gonna be thorough, but I'm gonna make sure that I do it right. You know.
You got it.
I feel like if anything, she'll do good in like something like lashes or something that takes that patience and time. But,
Yeah. All right, let's get back to our stories. So I will lead off with when I ran away at 17. My dad I remember vividly, we were at this little restaurant that he had, and he was basically like, when you come home, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And I was like, had been beaten so many times that I was like, screw it. I'm not coming home. And I was seeing this guy, he worked at Subway right next door. And for 3 weeks, I slept in his bedroom closet.
Wow.
Okay, his bedroom, his parents didn't even know I was there. And
Sneaky.
every time I tell that story, people are like, what?
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy? I'm just having this memory of my boyfriend at the time. I was sleeping on like a pile of clothes, and then there was something underneath the clothes. And he was like, don't look underneath the clothes. And I was so good that for 3 weeks, I never looked under the clothes because he said, don't look under the clothes.
That's the first thing I would have done. I
I
would
would
have
be
been
like,
like,
what's up under that clothes? Because now you're scaring me.
I was like, I'm not going to look under the clothes. And then one day, like 6 months later, I said, so what was under those clothes? He said, Playboys. And I was like, what? That was it? That was it? That was your
Wait,
favorite?
it's a dead
you were
body
Oh
or
my, I thought it was
you were
something-
sleeping in his.
Yeah, I was sleeping on a
You
stack
were
of
sleeping in his closet. Like you guys didn't sleep
No,
together.
at night when his parents went to bed, yes, I was in his bed. Yes. 100%.
Ain't no way you were sleeping in that closet the whole time. You're like, what?
I was like,
But,
okay,
I
she's
mean,
slept in the
I had-
closet all day long.
I had to wait in the mornings until he left for school and the parents left for work, and then that's when I can sneak out of the room. Yeah. But during that time, and you have to remember that was 20 something years ago. There were no cell phones. There was no beepers. There was no nothing.
No ring doorbells.
There was nothing. There was nothing. And so
sneak out
I had to go
easy.
to a local store to get a newspaper, and I had to get a part-time job, and I had to get an apartment so I can get emancipated and get back into high school. Because remember, I was 17, so I was in the middle of my senior year. So to get emancipated, I found this guy for a room for rent in the newspaper, like so random, like a newspaper room for rent, and got a job at McDonald's. And then I was able to get back into school. I went to a different school because I was in a different county, and got emancipated and didn't look back. And so I finished high school, and then I worked my ass off. Like that was all I ever knew. Even when I went to college, I had to work a couple jobs just to kind of pay for things. And I never had that like fun college experience that everybody talks about. They're like, I went on spring break and I did this, I did that.
Because you were so
like,
focused on
Sound
trying
like
to
my
get.
call.
I was just trying to live.
Yeah. Trying to maintain, survive out here.
Yeah. And so, and I love the waiting tables era of my life. I mean, Kaylin, you know, I mean, waiting tables I think should actually be a curriculum.
Requirement.
Especially for
it should be a
customer
class
service, just
in
learning
life is waiting
from people,
tables.
for sure.
But I met the bestest friends and lifelong friends waiting tables, bartending, all that stuff. But you know, I moved on, and you know, every once in a while I do talk to my dad. We do have somewhat of a relationship, but he's the type of guy, he'll never apologize. And he doesn't think he did anything wrong. And I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm okay with it. He's across the United States. My mom, funny enough, we started talking again when I was, she found me in college, and now she lives here. So now we have the best relationship.
I love your mom.
My mom's great. And
That couch she sent you for me and Lou.
She's so thoughtful and sweet,
She's so
though.
thoughtful. She's like, did the girls get a couch yet?
yeah. And I, you know, always feel bad for my mom too.
Not
She's-
yet.
My mom was super abused, and I remember one night vividly my dad pulling a gun on her. And
Oh my goodness.
like when I was 15, my dad, I don't really like electrical cords, and it's because I was whipped by one, and like I had scars all over my body from it. It was bad, you know, but I feel like it made me stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, those types of situations.
I mean,
does.
certain trauma, like I feel like some people, they let it determine their future, and some people take that and
My
do better with
siblings.
it.
Like, I know if my siblings are watching this, whatever, it is what it is.
Oh,
But
I'm trying to tread lightly. These like, I'm gonna
Look, I said, oh wow.
they let it live their life.
Hey, mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Have any of y'all ever snuck anybody in to your parents' house?
I didn't need to do that.
Because she just, like, her talking about
I didn't.
someone sneaking her in, like, have you ever snuck?
I didn't need to do that. My mom was very
Yeah, that's true.
like, you know, my mom. My mom's very much like a welcoming person. Like, and if I was dating somebody and like she was like, I love them, you love them, I love them. Like, I don't
Mom's
know.
the best.
Yeah.
My mom, yeah, like if I wanted to do something that wasn't like really good, she'd be like, okay, do it at home where I know you're safe because I know you're gonna do it on your own. Like my mom is very much realistic, but like she didn't encourage like me having guys over. But if I was dating somebody and like she's seen them repeatedly, she encouraged like a healthy relationship. So
Yeah.
My mom rather for me to tell her and let her know and have it done inside her house than outside of the house.
I feel like I had to be very secretive with my parents because they were so strict. They didn't let me do anything.
Oh man.
So I was like, if I'm gonna do it, they're just not gonna know.
I would have had to rebel for sure.
Yeah, I mean, growing up like with my parents, I wasn't really that close. So my relationship with them only got better when I moved out.
Interesting. And how many siblings do you have?
I have 5 siblings.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
And
That's a
I'm
lot
like
to deal with.
my older siblings, they moved out because they're a lot older than me. So it was most of the time it was really just me and my little brother. So I was technically the older child, like the oldest sibling, because it was just me, my brother, and my parents. And like a lot of my childhood consists of just church, very religious, church, strict. So I didn't really live that much or do much as a child. It's kind of a boring childhood. I don't really remember much of it. I'm just now starting to live.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, like, and then like my dad worked so much to like maintain that we didn't really do much. Like I don't really remember doing like fun vacations or going out of town. Like going out of town for us was going to Maryland to visit our family.
I mean, that's still somewhere.
I mean, it is still something,
Long
but
as you're
I
not
didn't
at home.
experience like going on vacations or doing fun stuff like that like regular people do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't start taking trips. Well, mama, like I didn't go out. Like the furthest we went out like for vacation was like Myrtle Beach. Like I didn't start going. I didn't start exactly. So I didn't start going nowhere till like the way you laughed. Exactly.
The way you said Myrtle
Because it was
Beach.
like South Carolina. Like that's how
Myrtle
she
Beach
feel about
was very
Maryland.
Myrtle
That's how
or-
she
Myrtle
feel
Beach
about
is
Maryland.
I love going to Maryland
It's
to see
like
my family,
and
but
so like
That's home for
I didn't
me.
start traveling till literally like college when I was able to go myself.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I'm the middle child though. I have 2 sisters, 3 girls in total. We're all 5 years apart, and I'm the Kim Kardashian of the family.
Girl.
I am. They've been calling me that since. As
I
long as
literally
can
feel like I
remember.
was like the black sheep of the family, like the outsider. Because my siblings, like, I was always the more outspoken one. Like, with my dad, we butt heads so much because I just didn't take shit. And everybody
that
would be
was
like
me.
quiet, not disrespecting him or saying anything. But I'm like, I'm going to stand up for myself
I know
every
that's right. I
time.
think that's the Virgo though, in us for sure. Because like I literally will go head and head. Like it was just like always. It was always a debate. Like I don't know. I didn't care really who. It
Yeah,
was.
and my
It
dad
was
hated
terrible.
it. Because
I know you debate
I could have
me.
been a I could have been a lawyer. Like I debate my mother. Like I debate. Like and I be like talking to my
Debates are balls.
sisters.
She don't give a
Sorry for my sisters and my mom that's on here, but
Did you hear Lita?
what did you
She
say?
said she debates her boss. She don't give a fuck.
I mean, if I debate my mom, then you should know that. But I'll be like, I don't understand. If I just don't understand, I just don't understand. I just always need like.
I hate
my mom be like, you don't have to know everything, and it's like I do.
Y'all kill me.
It's hard.
It's hard for me to debate with
hard.
somebody.
It's hard for me to
Like,
take in
I just feel
information.
like, I'm like, okay, you got it.
Well, me and my mom are like besties, so there's really no debating going
Like,
on.
That's good. I would say, well, that was
I
nice.
go to my mom for everything because I know she knows better than me. I'm like, Mom, what should I do? When I have something going on, I'm like, Mom, tell me what to do right now. Please, I don't know what to do. Can
I ain't
you
gonna
fix
lie. I
this
call
for
my
me?
mama for everything.
I don't know. I
still.
think like
Yeah.
for me, the way that I grew up, it makes me like with my son, it just makes me want to be completely different. Like I want to have a close relationship with him and be able to like be open with him and he can come to me and tell me stuff so that he doesn't have to do it behind my back like I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
Well,
like it
I
just
mean, you all
pushes.
turned out well, though. I mean,
No,
that's the thing.
I literally do talk. Me and my mom is like, we are
Like,
super
set up
close
really-
now.
Well, y'all turned
Like-
out well.
I mean, we all turned out well.
Like
and
I
I think
said,
that's
it
like
took for me to move out, pretty much.
that's a
for us
big deal
to
that we all
become
came
that
from
bond.
kind of different backgrounds, but we all turned out fine.
Yeah.
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 So I think the biggest thing is to not let the past live your life in the present.
That's what, like what Luce was saying, like, it's what you make out of it, what your environment, what you grew up
I know
in.
Jet's itching to get up here and tell us her stories.
Jet has
I
some
say, are you
crazy
taking these in? I was like, are you taking these in and kind of like, yeah, that was kind of like my life, kind of not like my life.
Nothing.
No.
No.
Jet
She
got
can't
some
relate to
crazy
any
You
of
can't
us.
relate to nothing. Oh,
Well, who
I can't
wants
relate
to
to
switch
nothing.
up?
I want the hair. Look, I could step on out.
Oh, okay.
I'll get a refill. You need a
Come on, Jet. Jet's got the crazy stories. I know it.
You trying to?
She said, you trying to pour me up?
Should be back.
Welcome.
Welcome to the podcast.
Here and
If you
there.
heard that.
Hair
Me
in there.
bumping into the
Your boob
microphone.
bumping the mic.
Yeah.
Titty
So what's
talking.
up? What do you want to know?
Okay, how did you get into the industry? Tell us what was it?
Okay. So,
Also, by the way, this is Jet. She was
hi.
she's
I'm
been
Jet.
on a podcast. I don't
Yes.
know which one.
You know, I pop in and out.
She's a makeup artist, tattoo artist. She does brows, all that stuff.
Yes.
Been in the beauty industry for 20 years. let's find out. What made you get into this industry? What was the thing? Did you always want to do it? Like,
All right. Just making sure the mic's hot. I started doing makeup because a pipe bomb exploded in my brother's face and disfigured him. So it made me want to learn how to camouflage that for him so he didn't get made fun of at school.
wow. How old were you when that happened?
I was 20 and he was 17.
Wow. And what was it? A pipe what?
It was a pipe bomb. Some
hell is
kids
that?
just went to Bass Pro, bought some gunpowder and piping, and made a bomb in a basement.
Oh my God.
And they detonated it while he was playing outside.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's awful.
He gets asked a lot if he was a soldier in Iraq, and he's like, no, I was just playing outside.
That sucks.
Yeah. So that made me want to use makeup as a creative tool. And then, you know, being a young girl, I would watch my mom and my grandmothers put on makeup, and it was kind of like their secret weapon. And I was like, there's something there. And so I would save up all of my money and I would go to Mac every time we went into town. So, yeah, I had some amazing women that worked at the Mac counter, and they just really fed that love that I had. And then Kevin Aquan, he came to where I was living at the time when I was probably 13. And I was just in a room full of all of these adult women watching this gay man talk about makeup, because we didn't have YouTube then. We didn't have Instagram. You literally had to like go to these meet and greets to like get in with these people. And at 13, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, do we have any, I don't know if we want to, this isn't a client bashing story time, but do we have any crazy client situations?
Jen has so many.
So many.
I have to ponder. I have to
I
think
could tell,
about
the
I
it.
ponder
could tell
too
the
much.
butthole story. I mean,
Okay, yes.
God.
so
Let's talk about buttholes.
Let's talk about buttholes, guys. Getting real intimate
Wow.
here. Yep. I had a client call and ask if I tattooed buttholes. And I was like, for real? He was like, yes, I want a well tattooed on my butthole because I have dragons that fly on my butt cheeks, and it's like a whole piece, and I want you to finish it. And I was like, no.
That's
There is not enough money, sir.
extremely
Not gonna
painful.
happen.
Like, why?
I don't even know if it's possible to, I mean,
Because it has ridges.
I know.
Okay, I don't even want to think about that.
And you have to
Well,
stretch the skin
apparently,
when you tattoo. and
okay,
I'm not
this is a
doing
fun
that.
fact.
I'm not
Apparently,
doing
the
that.
same skin that's in your cheek is what is your butthole.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Like the inside?
yes.
Yeah, the inside of your cheek.
That's so weird.
Nothing's off limits.
That's kind of fly. I thought it was a little more
No
firm.
limit zone.
Like the skin that's out here. This is a little.
Those two are not connected to me.
Not you giving us the technical terms for flex bone. Flex bone. That's her health care coming out.
I mean, I just shared a butthole story, so we're TMI. Yeah.
All right. What's the craziest call you've ever had? I know you've had some. I know it's like we have to think about this. Like we should have wrote these down.
Yes,
so
because
many
Think
there's.
about my
from.
crazy story.
I don't really
I
have
always feel like most of them are from people that come in that are not happy.
In life.
I mean, in life and just in general. Because,
Yeah.
like, you guys remember that time that we serviced that lady and then she called, like, and was talking shit for like 15 minutes.
Well, we only consulted.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't even get service. She just had a consult and that was it. And she went crazy off of just one consult.
Yeah.
And then left her one star review.
Yeah, she was so rude, but God bless her.
Yeah.
God bless her.
I wonder if I've ever been a person that's been talked about as like that client. I don't think
try
I
not
have.
to be. I try to be
I
so
try not to be that way,
cheerful.
but I wonder, like, am I going to
Do
wind up on a
whatever.
podcast
I'm not
someday?
gonna. Maybe. I can't think of one for me, honestly.
I'm the type of
I
client
have
like
pretty good clients.
You're like, I'm
and
just a sweet little
I'd
angel.
say maybe the only time is like the like conditioning treatment. Mad about a conditioning treatment. Like that's probably the worst anybody has ever like, made me like I felt bad. Like I felt like they didn't enjoy their experience, but then they said they did enjoy their experience, so it was kind of contradictory. But I mean, that's probably like the one that like client. I really don't have.
Yeah. Oh, little angel.
Love them, they
Little
love me.
angels
We love each
here.
Baby over
other.
there, sweet precious baby.
I mean, I'm
angel.
waiting for the day. I know it'll happen. I know I'll have a crazy client one day. I know it's part of the game.
No, I think we know the red flags. And so
Yeah,
knowing
I
that
avoid
is
those.
what
it's easy to put a stop to it
It's
before it
easy.
happens.
It's
yeah.
easy.
But it isn't for everybody.
It's
Because
not.
like I'm grateful that I'm here because you're like, I don't want you to work if you don't feel comfortable with working with that person.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of my friends have bad experiences that are kind of newer to the industry like me because they go to places where it's just a turnover. They just want you to get clients in and get clients out. And you have to take stuff whether you're comfortable doing it or not. And then you're frying somebody's hair off because
I think at the salon, like you have put these steps
policies.
in place. Yeah,
These policies.
Oh, there's
in
so many
place
policies to prevent that.
to be able to prevent.
I've
Yeah,
had
crazy
clients say, "Oh my
situations.
goodness, I look like I'm about to sign my life away." Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Make sure you read every line.
There's an X sign
Just
right there.
because
and the reason,
you need to know.
The reason I put all these policies in play, these rules, these like setting us up to win is because I suffered through it for at least 15 years in the industry. I mean, maybe it was 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. I don't know. Every day I'm still learning, some days I have to add a new rule because, something happened. Right. But generally we do avoid redos, refunds, and bad reviews on what I teach at the salon and how to avoid those things. But that being said, I mean, I had so many days in my world for at least 12 to 15 years where I was like, crap, I've got that person on my books. Like, like now I would never do that. I would never put myself through that.
Right.
I had a client who she was older. She had ton of money. I mean, tons of money, this woman, okay? And I hated her. She was so mean to me all the time. And then she had the audacity to pay me in gift cards. Like home goods gift cards. And I sat there and accepted it like a fool. Okay?
Lita today would never do that.
Lita,
No.
home goods.
She was like, she would get points from her credit card by getting these gift cards
They were
and
giving
then
the gift
suckered me into freaking gift cards to home goods. And I'm like, and that went on for a while.
Wait, she did it over and over again?
I'm surprised
Honey,
you
I thought it was
accepted
a
that.
one-time thing.
I'm telling you.
They weren't
like,
even vanilla gift cards. They were like,
Right.
Dude.
you had to go to a certain place to spend it, like not at your discretion.
Okay, like that's what my life was. So
Yeah.
this is, I don't want to say it's new to me as much as y'all, because I have been doing this protocol for a while, but not that long ago, I was accepted, even at the salon, like
take
this
what you
salon,
can
Tone
get
Hair
when
Salon
you're-
is where I
yeah.
accepted her gift cards.
Really?
Okay? As
Do you think
payment.
Do you think that back then maybe you were a lot less like, maybe like your character was a little different in the sense
this
that
cushion going?
now you wouldn't accept something like that. But back then, do you think you were a little different? Like you were just like, oh, it's okay, I'll accept it.
Yeah, I did.
A little more passive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know then what you know now.
Right.
And so you've created this system in place that protects you everyone that works for you, and you are very good about protecting your employees. Like,
Well, so this woman, my kind of last straw was with her was she what did she do? She was trying to sell one of her like Versace sunglasses or something on eBay. She was like this type of woman, okay?
I gotta meet this lady.
And she wanted like hundreds of dollars for it, whatever it was. She had a ton of money. And then I remember trying to sell her a hairspray. It was like $18. And she was like, $18? That's too much. And I'm just like, what? This is also, I have so many stories with this woman, I can't even tell you. Like everybody knew who she was. Like Sam knows who she is. If I brought her up. Her husband, they were, like I said, they were older, but you would never know it because she looked fabulous. She was actually a model, and she was actually on the cover of Time magazine when she was like in the 70s.
And
like
she's trying to hustle you for
she hustled me. Yeah. And so I remember there was a time that her husband had passed.
Oh.
And she came in that day for her appointment. And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? She goes, yeah, no, I'm okay. Like, da, 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 da. But there was...
Goodness, I would have been home.
There was
In
a
my
lot of
feels.
things with this woman. But right after COVID, she tried calling me and to get back in. And I was like,
I know who you're talking about.
hell no.
I know
You know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. Woo, it all just clicked. Yeah.
I'm weak.
Yeah.
Well, now that you tell that story, I have one crazy client, but it was in cosmetology school. She would always request me, and when I seen her name on my books, I thought, oh my God. And you know, it's not like when you're in a salon. Like, I know what my books look like for weeks and weeks. At the school, I would come in the next day, and I'd be like, hey, what do I have today? And I'd look, and I'd be like, oh. Because she would come in, and she had went to Paul Mitchell for like a couple of weeks.
So she knew everything about
She
hair.
would come into the school
what
and
you're
try
saying.
to school me. And she'd be like, your placement's a little off on the highlight. Or this, and that. And she was like, but she loved me. She raved about me. Like, she had to go to another girl one day because I was booked. And she was like, I don't want anybody but Kaylin. But she would pick at everything I did the whole time. So that's probably the only client I've ever had where I was like dreaded.
Some
her
people are just
coming
so
in.
unhappy
That's
with
what that
everything.
woman would do to me too. Every time.
Nitpick at everything.
And
Why do you keep
nitpick
coming back to me?
And you know what? Okay, so every time I would blow dry her hair, and again, this is not a bashing client thing, so please don't get this the wrong way. But
All my clients are great.
Please don't do this to your stylist. Please don't do this to your stylist. I don't know where you part. I will never remember where you part. I will remember your dog's name, your husband's funeral, your first kid's wedding. I will never remember where you part because it's either here or here. Now it's in the middle.
Or there.
It's there, here, or there.
It's here or there.
Here or there.
And this woman, I actually tested it out because I remember vividly. I was like, okay, I'm gonna blow dry her hair. And this part is going towards the door. And I remember, towards the door, go this way. And so I was so psychologically fucked up by this woman.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get it this time. Because every single time she goes, it's the other side. And I'm like, okay, fine. So the next time she comes in, to the door, I'm parting it, it's to the door, blow drying it. She goes, it's on the other side. I said, this bitch just messing with me.
Yeah,
She's just
she had to have been
she
messing
is-
with you.
She was
Some people
messing
are
with
so.
me.
I think some people are just unhappy, and they come in and they do stuff like that to people because they're not happy with their own lives.
But you know what? I've had some people that I'm like, oh, I don't know how this experience will go. But when I like feel that energy off them, I just try and project what I have onto them. And 9 times out of 10, the situations turn out okay. Like I've had built a lot of clientele that at first I was not 100% sure about. And now they're some of my best clients because some people, they just need somebody to like listen to them, hear them out, and like tell them what it is. And you know, every client I have a different relationship with. Some clients, we talk about inappropriate things. They show me pictures of stuff. And some clients, we talk about, they just want to ask me about what I have going on. So it's like, you know, like some clients, you just kind of got to really put them in that place. And then they know where to live and how to act. And, You know, just to come in and relax. Like some clients, they want to come in and they want to nitpick, but it's like, relax, you're getting your hair done. Let me do it.
Yeah.
And when you reassure them of that, most of the time I don't have to worry about it too much.
Right.
But
Yeah, there's some
those
people that come
few.
in and they're just genuinely like wanting to make sure that their hair comes out fine.
Well, and on the flip side, when you're paying that much, like
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
want to make sure
Yeah.
it comes out right. That's 100%.
But then there's also those people that are just not happy.
I don't have so many like things that stick out in my mind as like unhappy people as more as just like weird stuff. Like that girl that kept coming in and by the time I was like, girl, we gotta stop doing this. She had 3 names with cross marks.
No.
Justin Tyler Bryant.
No.
And each time she would break up with him, she'd be like, put a line through it. And then she'd come back a couple months later and she'd be like, all right, my new boo.
I feel like you probably have more chances to have the weirdos when it comes to getting tattoos. Like hair is like the people are just coming asking for a highlight. You know,
Well, but think about it. Everybody gets their hair done. Not everybody gets tattoos.
you're right. Only a
Just
particular.
because you get tattoos doesn't mean you're a weirdo, but you're probably weird. I'm speaking
Wow.
from personal
You're a little bit of a
experience
weirdo,
here.
Luz.
You're
I'm a
probably
little bit. We're all a little
weirdo.
bit of weirdo.
You gotta be a little eclectic to watch.
I mean, everybody has a
tattoos.
little bit of weird, but that right there
That's a whole
could
separate
never be me.
set of issues I don't even want to dive into.
Look, I don't want nobody's name ever tattooed on nowhere
Nope.
near me.
I got
Crossing out the names.
right.
Just get a cover up and never do it again.
I just have to find another man, name that person,
Name the same
name the
thing.
same name. I'll only date blah blah blahs.
Right.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got messed.
If your name is not blah blah blah, I cannot mess with
Yes.
you.
If it ain't just Brian,
You name it Justin Tyler O'Brien.
Well, that's his first, middle, and last name.
right. Just say that's his whole name.
And I'm like, why you gotta pick your neck? Like, I mean, I
tough.
can't really say anything because
Oh my God, that's
my
a
own
crazy
neck.
story.
Crazy story. You want to hear a crazy story?
Yes.
God,
Okay,
I
so-
witnessed it.
This is when Kaylin and I were living together before her and Luce lived together.
It's one big
White swap.
One big family
White
here.
swap. Big family. So,
And Kaylin
Kayla-
lived with me.
yeah.
We'll never
I live
forget
with
those
everyone
days.
here except Virginia.
We all just love Kaylin. We're like, all right.
We've all lived with you.
Yeah, we've all lived with you.
From 2 days to 6 months and hopefully a couple of years.
For all eternity. Yeah.
Kaylin's kind of like my husband.
You guys do have.
She like stepdaddy my child.
She does stepdaddy the baby.
Like, Lucy, you
She
need
was
anything?
stepdad for my kids too. You're a great stepdad, Kaylin. And if you ever like, man, I just don't feel like I'm good at anything today. You're an excellent stepfather.
You guys are gonna make me cry.
It's facts.
Stepdaddy.
Yeah.
Okay, tattoo.
Tattoo.
What happened?
Okay, so one day Kaylin comes home and I'm like, I made a mistake.
No, don't. I was right there. You were doing it in the bathroom, and I was like, Jet, are you sure you can do that? And you were like, yeah, I got it.
I couldn't reach the rest of my neck to finish the tattoo. So I call this a holographic tattoo.
This girl, like, you
It's-
should have seen her.
It's really bad.
But
the way
I
her
mean,
arm was distorted.
honestly, for you to not have been able to see that, like you can tell what it is.
She could see what it
It's a
was. She just
scorpion.
couldn't reach it. She was looking right at it.
yeah,
and
and I had like
she
3
just
or
couldn't
4
get-
mirrors, and I was like looking.
It's because she's left-handed. And
I'm left-handed, so when I went to reach over this way, and I would like to also point out, tattooists, we tattoo ourselves. And why I did it on my neck, yeah, I was the dummy in this situation. But then I was like,
Just know I was cringing watching her do it.
yeah, Kaylin was just looking at me like,
I was like, oh my God, you
I
screwed it
wish
up.
there was like a video of this.
I almost recorded, but I was so like, I wanted her to stop. I'm like, Jet, stop, just stop, just stop. Like, and I even vividly remember saying like, do you want me to like help you? Like I could do something. Like I could.
She's
pick
like,
up
I
and
can't
go,
help you, but I want to help you.
Like girl, and it's
Yeah.
there forever now.
Yep.
I would have helped you, Jen.
I know.
And that Luce would have done
pop it
really
on
good.
me, and I'll be like,
It would have been a lot
listening
worse
to
if I
heavy
tried to help
metal,
you.
like tattooing myself, and she's like, okay, so I guess no story right now, or we'll just do a story.
She was like tattooing herself, so I'm like, let me get a story. Which I got like a pretty decent story, but like what she originally wanted to tattoo on her finger, like it came out completely different than what she stenciled on there. It's still
What,
there.
what was it? What was it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be like a dagger, like
Okay. It's supposed to be a dagger with a heart, but the heart wasn't originally there. And so I removed it. I started the process of removing it because I was
Let
like,
me see.
it does it. I mean,
it was just.
and I'm a
time.
good tattoo artist. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got some work that's like legit that I've done. But then it's these spur of the moment things when I'm just like, I'm gonna give myself a tattoo, and then it just is like not awesome.
I almost gave myself highlights the other day, and I stopped myself.
It's like when you cut
Right before
bangs
Ashley did
on
it.
yourself.
We done
It's
talked about
never a
that.
good
Cut
idea. Never a good idea to cut your own bangs.
No.
No, terrible
Not
idea.
cute.
It's not always a good idea to
Below.
tattoo yourself just because you can.
I don't think I've ever tried to cut my own hair. Thankfully,
No, I don't want to even get into
I've
that.
done I've box dyed my own hair,
I've
and I
given
did it a lot.
We've all done that.
I put pink
Yeah, but I don't
splat in
think
my
it's-
hair.
Oh
Remember
my
those
god.
days?
I did
Justin
love you as a
Bieber
blonde though. You rocked
Yeah,
blonde.
you made me a really hot blonde for a while there.
She's got
feeling
such
that.
naturally light roots.
She
I don't know
does.
why she doesn't just go
I
lighter.
know.
She's like, look at my roots. I'm like, yeah, I can see them from a mile away, girl.
I know.
It's always weird to me when I see people with dark hair and light roots. I'm always
Yes.
like,
And what's weird is my hair has been dark my entire life. And then whenever I hit like 35, it was like this gross
And normally it's the
brown
opposite.
color. And I was like, what's happening here? I didn't sign up for this. So now it always looks like I've got really light roots in comparison to my hair when it grows out.
yeah. I do. I just always find that so weird. I don't know why.
Me too.
It's like something's weird. Something's off.
It is. It's like a
more
reverse
weird.
hot roots.
Yes.
Yes. It's a reverse hot root.
Or a hot root is
It's
what
like
it
a
looks
hot
like.
root,
It is
yeah.
a hot
Like
root. It
hot
looks
roots
just
are
like a
where
hot
it's
root.
bright on the top. And it's
Yeah.
because normally it's like the blonde with the dark roots growing out. So when it's like the light roots and the dark hair on the end, it's so much more
Looking hurt.
obvious. I feel like
Looking hurt.
It doesn't blend as much.
Right.
It's supposed to go from dark to light, not light to dark.
Yeah. I've always beat to my own drum.
Yes, you
So
do.
does my hair.
All right. Do we have any other crazy stories, conspiracies?
Ooh, conspiracies. Okay, so these conspiracies I've been really into lately. Do they have to be hair related?
I mean,
Hair
it's
conspiracies?
here and there. You
Hair
can do
and
whatever
there.
you want with there.
Okay. So like
she's like, do I
She's like,
really
do
want
I
to get
reveal
into
this?
it?
should I reveal this? I don't think y'all ready for it. Well, maybe if I'm a guest again, bring it back up.
Well, you're not even going to give us a taste?
She's leaving them with
No.
the
I
Hate when people
cliffhanger.
do that. They're like,
Oh.
let me
Cliffhanger.
see. Yeah. like,
Cliffhanger.
just say it.
Stay tuned.
Okay, then let's talk about some relative. I don't know if this is going to be relative when this airs, but on TikTok right now, the whole have you heard of the Ren situation?
Oh my God. Lita just presented this to me today. I
have no
was
idea.
highly
I don't know.
disturbed.
I don't know about this. What's going on?
So this mom is putting her kid out there on TikTok and just it's a little girl and she's doing weird things like holding a big pickle or very
is it like semi-sexual?
very sexual. And she has
No, that's not cool.
17 million followers, something crazy like that. But the weird thing is that she gets so many saves on that video, meaning that these people are saving those videos.
Right.
And odd amounts, like hundreds of thousands.
That's scary.
And then when you actually go to those people's accounts, like who saved it, it's like
old
weird
men.
old men.
That's,
And so-
that's crazy.
I don't know. There's this
disturbing is
whole
what it
like
is. Yeah.
conspiracy on it, but it's like it's so obvious that I would never put my kid on there like that.
No,
almost
I don't
makes me
post
not
my
wanna-
kids on social media.
So when they take your kid and start DMing me,
Yes, my daughter likes to steal my phone and get on TikTok and hit up Lita. She does that. My daughter does. Mm-hmm.
and then I have to text her and be like, "Hey, your kid's got your phone."
Yeah, then she'll
me.
text me.
We were there that day when
Yeah,
and you were like,
there.
Sophia,
What are you doing? Yeah. She's like, not texting Lita on TikTok. That's for sure.
Exactly what she's doing.
Then she hit us with the, well, she texted me.
oh, she texted me first.
I'm like, no, she didn't. She just told me.
Yeah, I'm gonna text a 9-year-old. That's
right.
something I'm going to do. I don't want to text 40-year-olds. Like, what are you talking about?
Let alone a 9-year-old.
I don't want to text half the people I know.
Yeah.
You
I don't
think I'm
know.
gonna
I-
randomly
I
text-
would
Going
beg to
back
differ. You love
to
texting
that
me.
that weird
love
TikTok
texting
thing
me.
though, like I feel like when it has to do with like, do you remember the whole Wayfair thing with the kids?
Yes.
Like it's so weird that
If you don't know
they-
what she's talking about like when you went to Wayfair, there'd be like a cabinet for like $50,000.
Yes, and they were saying that it had to do with like children like sex
Child
trafficking.
trafficking?
Yeah.
Like sex trafficking? You know, that's crazy that you're bringing this story up because I just saw, like, on TMZ that there was this story that, and I can't, haven't fact checked this, but it was on TMZ, came out today saying that these parents were abusing their child so that she didn't have sexual experiences outside of the home. So like there are crazy things with like TikTok and TMZ stuff like that going on right now, and it's frightening, especially as a parent, because it's just like, is this what our kids are growing up into now?
God bless
And
y'all.
I feel like I'm very cautious to even post my child because people are just so weird. Like
Yeah.
people can take pictures and make them into something else, and it's
I've
just
had
like
friends,
it's not safe.
I've had friends post their kid on Facebook or something, and I will message them and say, "Hey, there's a lot of weirdos out here. I would not post that. As much as you think that that's a great thing to post, it's not. There's literally tons of crazy weirdos." But anyways, I posted a skit today of me basically like as if this woman came in with her kid, and maybe Solomon, we can add this to this clip here. But
Insert here.
I had actually posted it last year because it was basically the same person, but there was like a couple of these moms that do this, and I reposted it because it was getting more attraction again. And it's sad because even though I posted it last year and had like several million views on it, so many likes, and a lot of creators did, nothing changed. And so then I posted this again and it's gone viral again, and everybody's pissed off about what these parents are doing to these kids, but still nothing's being done. And it's just, it's disgusting.
Some parents just, I feel like, don't need to have kids. Like some people are just not meant to have kids.
Unfortunately, that is a sad truth.
But they
that
see
we
their
live in.
kid as a moneymaker, and that's and it's weird. It's so uncomfortable to see, and you know what they're doing, especially like, I know every side of TikTok. You know what I mean? Like I am fully aware of what goes on TikTok, and any app. But it's just, why would you keep posting it? You know what's going on.
Right.
You
And as an adult, it's weird enough out there as an adult, let alone like kids, you know, like that's so crazy.
I know Drika wants to get in here. Drika,
Yeah, you want to
switch
switch it up with me?
Because Drika is all about the conspiracies.
Oh, yeah. That's what y'all talking about.
You're like, I'm missing my opportunity.
I know.
I can talk on and on about conspiracy.
We know, girl.
Which one y'all want to know about?
Well, I mean, what are your
Speaking-
thoughts? Do you know anything about that? Like,
Yeah. Actually, speaking on the whole kids thing, I don't know if y'all been seeing like TikTok and the whole Ryan Garcia thing, but he's been.
Oh my gosh.
He's
wait,
been
what?
talking about, and you know he's a famous
Boxer.
boxer.
Yeah,
so
I
you wouldn't
seen him
think
when he
that
had a
he
fight in
cares really
Vegas.
anything to what's going on, but he has a connection through that with the whole elites and like Illuminati
Yes,
stuff,
he's like
but-
pretty much exposing the whole Hollywood.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Ain't that
It's
crazy?
so weird, and he's like, everybody knows that Ryan Garcia is like
He's very
religious,
spiritual.
and he believes in God. But he's like he's been posting videos where he looks like terrified, and he's like exposing a bunch of stuff that, I mean, there's already conspiracies about, but he's just like pretty much saying that they made him watch a bunch of stuff. Like they forced him to watch it, and it has to do with children.
Yeah. He was basically saying how they they basically
this
take
stuff
the
still
kids
posted?
there.
Yes, he looks scared. Like he's like crying and stuff in the videos. Like he looks
I don't
terrified.
know how much it is. Like it could be a whole distraction because you know the government.
that's
But-
what I think. It's publicity. I think it's distraction.
What-
But
He
he
has a
has
fight
always
coming
been
up,
very.
too.
I don't know if you know, he has always been very.
Well, then who
religious.
better to do
But
this?
now, right? They could be convincing
better?
him to do that because
Exactly.
It's so weird because there's so many things that are put out. You just at this point, it's like hard to believe anything.
Oh my God. Because you believe one thing and then you're like, well, what if? What if
There's
it's that?
always
What
something
if
else
it's
of
that?
that. But
contradicting
it's always
it.
a half truth though, so it makes me wonder that it's
Yes.
still, even though they may be like not telling us the full truth, but you have to think that this is partially true and it's scary. So
I mean,
That's
he's saying a
crazy.
lot of things. Like
You know who
he's-
Ryan Garcia is?
he's
I
saying.
mean, now I do. But isn't that funny?
I was
didn't
telling
know who
Leah
that was
about
before.
it. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
They have like videos of them doing ritual stuff.
Yeah.
at
I
the
mean,
Bohemian Grove.
I definitely think that there's like a dark side to like the
Hollywood.
art. Yes,
yeah.
there's definitely a dark side to it. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about Diddy.
Yeah, and that's a
Like
whole
a
nother,
whole lot of stuff is coming out
so
about
many
Diddy.
celebrities, actors, rappers, boxers, like all of them, like in Hollywood, are starting to come and say little things.
Yeah,
which
but
is
don't
so
you
weird.
think that's just like they're losing
convenient?
relevance? Nobody cares about celebrities right now.
Yeah.
And that's their shock 'em.
Right, but is they trying to make us think, okay, they're just telling us this, that it could be true, and really it is actually true, but they're thinking that we're not thinking it's true because the celebrities are the ones that's telling us. It's like they're trying to convince us without convincing us. Like,
I wonder if we're ever gonna find out the truth about a lot of stuff.
There's no way to know the truth because you know why? Like it's just like unless there's a video or like some type of
Even if the-
proof, everything is always
Even
And
if there
uncertain.
is
And
video,
nowadays
it
with
could
the
be altered. It
AI
could be,
and that
yeah.
AI
There's
stuff
like
they've
no
been
way
doing.
to tell
yeah.
what the real truth is.
Because they're actually saying the videos
You don't
that
know who
he's
to believe.
releasing are old videos, they're saying, but who knows?
Yeah,
it's
it's so
definitely
weird.
crazy. All I
Everything
know
is
That's
everything
like
is
we're
all
talking
it's all
about
wrapped
it.
around kids though, and that's what's disgusting.
Well, you know what woke me up? By the way, if anybody doesn't know this, I am a huge conspiracy theorist. Like I'm on flat earth level, okay? And I think that's the highest level you can
for
get.
real.
That is the highest level.
It's the highest level. I 100% believe that the world is flat. And don't freaking say, "Man, where's the edge?" That's not how it works. Go look it up yourself. Do your own research and come back to me.
It's a way lot deeper than that for sure.
It's deep. It's deep and whatever. Anyways, the way that I woke up to all of this was I don't want to get in trouble for this, but I'm going to just talk about it a little bit because
gonna
this
talk
other
about?
podcaster got in big trouble for this. Sandy Hook. And the reason that woke me up was because Hayden was about that age when all that happened. And I was sad for like a month. Like I was crying every day for a month. I was
That was a
so
really sad event.
upset. But
I think
then
those are the saddest
paid
events.
no. But then I started diving deep and then realizing there was one key thing that really stuck to me. And this podcaster was talking about it. He actually ended up getting sued, I think, something crazy. But He said, in all the interviews with all the parents, not one of them shed a tear.
Yeah.
Not one. I'm so sorry. But if my child got killed that day, it wasn't even years later, that day, not one parent shed a tear. You don't have footage of not one. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then I started diving deep and deeper and deeper, and then into these what's called like what are they called? Something actors. I can't think of the name of it, but basically when something crazy happens, they're actors.
Like a crisis actor?
Crisis actor. Yes. And then, you just dive deeper after that. And that's what got me.
I've really heard that's true. Like they are like, I've looked it up on TikTok and they're like pointing out these kids that were kids at the time still doing crisis acting work of something else. Like, and it's crazy. I'm like, they do kind of look alike. Like they look like they can be them when they were younger.
Yeah.
And so they believe those kids are paid out.
Something so big and sensitive like that to like really.
Why would they
That's
do something like that?
manipulative, and that's just
Why would
kind
they
of
do
what the
something
whole
like
thing
that?
is. They manipulate us and toy with us.
They
and-
say the whole media is literally fake and distraction. And at
I
this
mean,
point, I
media
believe
is
it.
made to create chaos. Like that's what they didn't like. That's why there's paparazzis. Like they are trying to create something to
Comes all down
ruffle
to
everybody's feathers.
make
Like
low
they're not
frequency.
here to educate you. They're here to
confuse you.
confuse you.
Yeah.
Confuse you.
I think another, I mean, I wasn't alive at this point, but or maybe I was, I don't remember. When they sent like those 8 people up to the moon but it exploded. And those people,
I feel like I know.
they actually traced them back and they're still alive. And some of them didn't even change their names. Like they were never on that rocket. There was one like teacher that went up there or something. And then it was just random people that went up and then they blew up. I don't know what year it was, but
I feel like I know what you're talking
remember
about.
that.
I feel like
I
I know
think
what
so.
she's talking about.
yeah, but they tracked down these people and they're all still here and alive. I mean, not
They
all of
never
them. Some of
went.
them,
It's crazy.
they're old, but I mean,
That was not their cause of death.
They never
No.
really went. That's
I mean, I personally don't believe we've ever landed on the moon. I don't think you can.
I don't believe that either. I'm also a flat earther.
Yes,
So.
Trika. That's when. So me and her we were in the salon one night, and I don't even know how it started, but it kind of was like, well, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and she was like, I am too, and I said, well, I'm a flat earther, and she was like, I am too.
Because I
And
don't like
was
to tell people that. So I'm like, when I found somebody else to say that and was like really as passionate as I was like, oh my God, this is like, I get shaky about it when I'm talking
because
about
there's
it.
not many people that understand when you say that.
Because
They're like,
it's serious to me.
I remember
because
as a kid and even an adult, if somebody said the world was flat, I'd look at them like they were an idiot. I was like, are you kidding me? Didn't Christopher Columbus try to do that? And they said he would fall off the earth or something?
Yeah.
Like, I was so brainwashed by what they teach now.
I always knew, even when I was in high school, see, I don't know, I was just always just a smarty
I always thought
head.
something was off.
I always knew something
I
was
always
off.
thought something was
I didn't
off.
know it was flat earth, but I always knew like they were lying to us. Like
Yeah.
I just felt like we were all being lied to, like always. So I'm gonna figure it out. And I like puzzles in my
I hope I'm
just
alive.
like-
I hope I'm alive the day that
figure it out. And I don't know when it will be. I don't know if I'll be 80, 100.
Right?
I don't know if I won't be here. But my generation, they'll be like, well, my great grandma, she was real serious about this. And when it comes out, I'm glad I told y'all so.
Yep.
I'm rolling over in my grave.
Yep. I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
I think the truth will be exposed this year. I
I
really
definitely
do.
feel like now they're bringing up all this alien stuff, whether it's a distraction or not. They're definitely opening it up to the idea that there's possibility of something out there that's different than what we've been told all of our life.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, ever since I watched that Aquaman movie,
You can't see nothing different.
I started watching that
You did?
because I told Joe, I was like, Kaylin said that this has some kind of flat Earth stuff, and I haven't finished it, but there was definitely like.
he only mentions the Earth like being flat like once or twice. It was very
It's-
brief, but like there's so many things
It's
in
just
the
little things in there that we've talked about where it looked like, oh, maybe this is the hidden city, or this is, these are the
That's what they call
extra-
Atlantis.
Yeah, and like, or these are the Anarchy people. Like these are the people that we feel
were
like
here
we might have
before
seen.
us. Now they live underwater. Like,
They're
there's
not
so many
telling
things
us
that
that's
make
what
it
they are,
questionable.
but you can
But
see
you know what
that's
I'm
it
watching
look
right now is the new Walking Dead.
There's a new one.
Like
Yes,
the season of
with
the
Rick.
TV series.
Rick is back.
Rick is back.
Rick is back.
Yes.
They got
Oh,
excited.
it's
They got
over. I'm
excited.
about to watch it tonight.
Yes, it's called.
Wait, What's good about The Walking Dead?
The
Why
one
should I
that
watch
lives.
that?
Oh, so it's not called The
It's
Walking
not.
Dead
It's a
anymore.
spin-off of The
I'm just
Walking
here.
Dead.
I want to know why.
Rick is
But it's
back.
Rick with Bashan.
Rick with
Bashan.
Bashan.
Yes.
Bashan, I like that
Yes.
name.
But listen.
Yeah, why should I
I've been
watch
watching. I watched 3 episodes, and it's oddly weird that they are now like in this like government controlled area, and they can't get out. It's very much like I feel like they're talking about our lives.
They're trying to like show y'all
They're trying to
something.
let us know. Like it's weird.
And that's how it
The
always
Truman
is.
Show?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
back
No,
then.
I
Now
always.
it's our
Why would
I
they come
watched-
up with something like that?
I watched The Truman Show 50 times. I was obsessed with it, and I didn't know why. And now I know why. We're living the damn Truman
that always
Show.
made me look
I ain't
like,
never
I
seen
wonder
the
if this
Truman
is
Show.
how we're really living. Like, I used to, that's why I look up at the sky all the time.
Yeah.
Like, the way he walked through the sky, literally.
Yes.
I look at the sky all the time, and Lita be like, well, since you're looking up at the sky, do you see this? I'm like, no, I don't, but I'm trying to. But the Truman Show is definitely.
I feel like at this point, I'm just living. If the earth is flat, if it's round,
Round.
we're
See,
here.
that's a Joe response. Joe
That's
is
me. I mean, I'm the
like,
same way.
I'm just here.
either way.
It's like, but you got to be
It
prepared
doesn't
because it
matter.
comes down to whole
I mean,
spiritual.
I just feel like, honestly, we are lied to about a lot of things, but there's so many lies and so many things that
I can't work myself up about them.
yeah, like, and I feel like if I get too consumed into it, like it's gonna drive me crazy. So I'm just like, okay, like I like to look into conspiracies because I like to open up my mind and see what's out there and what people think, and they're interesting. But I feel like if I think too hard about it, I'm like, I'll question my whole existence.
I mean, we should though, and that's how. I mean, but that's how I've been. Like, we really should, and I feel like the only reason I'm so worried about is because it comes down to the whole biblical sense for me, and I just want to make sure that I'm on the right path and that I'm going where I need to be going. And that if he's coming back, I need to make sure I've been following in the path that I need.
I
to be
have
going.
faith and I believe in God, and I think like the times we're living in now are a huge test to really test us to see if we're ready. And he's just throwing all these things at us to just really test us.
I agree.
Well, I mean, you know, Drika and I will agree with this, but saying that there's solar systems, saying that we're on a ball, saying that we're a speck in the universe is all hiding God, in my opinion.
At the end of the day, because they know what is really going on, even back way before we even could think, like back in the BC and 80 areas, like they were still talking about the same situation. And so that's why it makes me wonder, like, they're just hiding, it's a hiding agenda. And
But
at
then
the
it's
end
like,
of the day, it's-
are they doing it for a reason? Like, is it for our own good?
Well, I think that's
You
because at
know?
the end of the day, people are scared. They take things, like, they don't want to make the human race like going crazy out here.
They don't wanna
like,
create
they don't want to
chaos.
create
But
create
I
chaos
feel
at
like
the end of the
we're
day.
already in chaos.
Yeah. But imagine if we
It
knew
could
the
be a
truth.
lot worse.
Imagine
could
if
be
we
a
knew,
lot
like,
worse.
God's coming
Like,
down.
have you seen that movie
this and that.
2012? Like the end of the world.
Yeah,
like,
they could
that's
be going.
chaos.
They could
Like,
be going crazy.
It's chaotic now, but like, it could be honestly like I live a good life. Like I live comfortably. I have fun. I have good friends. I eat good. I go out to the club if I want to. Like I can't find it in me to like stress about that just because
The
I feel
unknown.
like it would take
Yeah.
away from me being able to experience what I want to experience and do because I'd be too consumed by it. And that's because that's who I am. Like when I'm focused on something or when I'm, you know, really set on something, that's what it is. So I can't. I'm like, if it is, it
Y'all are
is.
like
If it
YOLO.
isn't,
Y'all are like YOLO.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
more,
I
for
want to
me,
experience
I'm more
my best
like,
life, and I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I don't know.
but
wanna
I've
consume.
been a structured kid. I'm not. I'm what do you call
You're
it?
IRL.
What is that? How
in real life.
In real life.
I am. Like,
I
I'm
feel
so
like for me,
in
like
the present. Like my mom's like, calm down. Like just try to live and like and see how things
I feel
go.
like for me, like with being a mom, like I'm just so focused on other stuff and like real life stuff that all of these things don't really like.
No, I get it. Like, I mean, it is stressful to think about all this stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I wish I didn't know all this stuff because it is a lot less stressful.
I'm an overthinker, so
But
I'll
it's
just
within
keep
you to
thinking
wanna keep
about
thinking
it.
about
Once
right.
you're awakened to it,
You can't,
Yeah.
and that's what
It's
that's
very
where
hard
you get
to
to that
go
point,
back.
and you can't explain nobody that's not well either. So it's
Right.
like
I'm open.
I
To
can't
I'm open
explain,
to knowing anything.
but once I get
Yeah.
to that knowledge of knowing so many things and it starts connecting, I'm like, there's no going back. Like y'all can't convince me no otherwise. Like I hear everything y'all saying, but
But here's what I find the whole weirdest thing about any conspiracy, but especially flat earth conspiracy, is that I personally have tried to post videos about stuff like that, and they don't get shown, or they get taken down, or they, you know, whatever it is. There's a lot of bots that say the same thing in the comments. You make me feel smart. You know, it's always the same comments.
they hate us flat
They
earthers. Like it don't make no
hate
sense.
us.
And you would only think if you hate us so much that obviously you feel there's some
sort
type
of
of truth to it. Like
Right.
if you just think we're flat out dumb and it's a stupid idea that it could be that,
Chet.
then you would let it be. Well, we all kind of
Oh well. Do you want to do those first?
Yeah, and then
because so
come
you
get
don't
out.
get our cups confused. Oh,
Jet, come back. You got one more when you get done.
when,
I'll say
when you get done,
I'll
you can. Well, Luce is the ones with lipstick.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up, but
Yeah.
I do want to say that, you know, whenever I post anything about it, or I feel like I comment on so many flat Earth stuff and nobody sees it, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, if it's so
Weird to
weird,
or wouldn't
why
be.
are you hating so much
If it's not
on
possible, then you would just ignore it, right?
Yeah.
Or you would just be like, oh,
There's
that's so
literally
dumb.
on
question their
Facebook like
existence.
groups
Right.
that hate flat Earth. I'm like, why don't you focus on the parents that are exploiting their children?
Y'all are
Why is
targeting
flat
that
Earth
for what reason?
So bothersome to you.
They be so bothered, literally.
Yeah,
It's
They
everything
be
they
so
do their
bothered.
whole
Like,
life,
and
Lita. It is literally
I guess it's bothering
uprooting their
them.
whole existence. So it bothers them.
you don't have to
They're
listen.
like, I've been told my whole life at church every
It's like someone
Wednesday and
hate
trying
Sunday
it.
to.
They
that
It's
the
hate
like
earth
it.
is
someone trying to
round.
tell you that the Earth is round. You're gonna be like, absolutely not, because you believe what you believe. They believe what they believe. So, but
Yeah,
for
but
me,
But
it's
we're not
weird.
going on to their group
I
chats
believe
to go
you.
tell
We're not.
them.
Yeah,
that.
we're not
Yeah.
going
That-
into the group chats doing
Who
that.
goes
That's
into
what
a
I'm saying.
flat
For
earth
me,
group and do that?
It's never
the
that
amount of
deep.
hate
Right.
and how they react to it is outrageous. I feel like, because it's like, I mean, it's okay for everybody to have their own beliefs.
Like Kaylin said, it's not that deep for y'all to
Never
have
that
to
deep.
comment on a whole group that you don't even agree with to go up under the comments to comment something.
Yeah, they definitely take it very far.
And that's what we say about flat earthers. Like, we don't do that to the round earthers, whatever y'all want to call it. Whatever.
I
we
mean,
don't do
the
that to
comments
y'all,
that
like,
I like on these Facebook groups that are supposedly flat Earth groups, if I post it in there, the hate is like unreal. They're
Oh, yeah.
like, "What are you doing, you
Stick to
slut?"
doing
Yeah.
You're-
I mean, like, they
go back to
go below the belt.
OnlyFans. I'm like, what?
Oh, you
I
need
have
to stick the
never
hair.
heard these kind of rude comments. I'm like, this is so weird. And then you find out these groups are actually haters.
Yeah.
And then even then, it's like all these bot comments of, why would you set up bot comments like that? I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's weird.
I just feel like everybody's entitled to their
Oh, yeah.
opinions, and people just need to be nice.
I think I have the other the lip gloss.
Well, mine had gum in the cup.
Ew.
Yeah, this is me. This
Please
is
don't
me.
give me the.
Look,
It's
this
my
one's mine.
gum.
Thank you.
This one's mine. I think you did
Okay.
right.
All right, we're gonna end this because this is such a hot topic.
could
We can
go
go on
on
for
and on.
It is.
years.
No, that's not, because it's just supposed to be here and there. So we don't
Well, no,
want
that's
to
the
take
there.
over the there.
We
though.
can't just talk about hair; it'd be so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry, but nobody would join our
Oh,
podcast.
we have to do our
yes,
Oh,
our
Snacks.
ASMR.
ASMR snack time.
I kind of went crazy.
Okay.
So let's see. Got the
goodies.
medicine, the Dior lotion. Let me get all that out.
Your personal items.
Yes.
So what
Oh,
is in
and
the
we
bag?
got lemons.
Your,
But we can
your
say that
chair
for
is
last.
cockeyed, by the way.
Well, should we take
Yeah, it was
those
cockeyed
mints?
the other way.
Take those mints for later. I said, should
Better.
we take those mints?
Okay.
The mints should be last, I think.
The mints we'll do last. Okay, we'll do this one first. I was telling Drake I wanted to tear these chips up before we got started.
Yes, they look really good.
They're some I can't even read it anymore.
I don't know what it is, but
They
has
had the
chicken
sign.
on
I
it.
took pictures. These are from China, and they're like
China, huh?
Yeah, I took, yeah.
Look at the
It's like rotisserie chicken flavor or something. Oh, here you go. It was from China, and it's the Lay's Asian roast chicken chips.
That sounds
We gonna
good.
see.
That's a whole meal.
Not again.
It's a meal.
Okay. They smell really good.
It's a
Smells
whole.
like-
It's probably better than Frosty Flakes for your dinner.
yeah.
At least you got some chicken in it.
That's protein.
I don't think. I think it's just chicken flavor.
Are they good?
It's kind of like savory.
Oh, it really smells like chicken. I smell
Oh,
it.
it smells like
them-
ramen.
Smell like
Oodles and noodles, the chicken oodles and noodles.
yeah. Or what's that? Campbell noodles. Chicken and noodles.
It
They
smells
look
like
kind of fire.
Indian.
They are kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all didn't do y'all ASMR.
Well, I did it.
I don't know about that. Why would they put this chicken wing on that? Like, that's the end. Nobody likes that piece. Like, I'm so sorry.
They're not
They
that
put the whole
bad. They
piece.
just do taste
Can
like
we
the
get a different
seasoning for the
picture of
oodles
the
and
chicken
noodles.
wing? Like, that's the part. What is that? The niblet? Like, that's the part nobody likes.
That's the wing.
You know, Lita feels very sensitive about wings.
Okay, real quick.
I don't
Ranch or
know.
blue cheese?
Blue
Ranch.
cheese.
Blue cheese.
Ranch.
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 The fuck is a blue cheese?
Yeah. Okay.
Literally.
Next one, be haters.
What are you talking about?
Chad,
No,
you wanna
that's
try?
right. What are you talking about? Them crumbs.
Do you want to
are
do a
from
quick
China.
ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to try one?
Here in the mic.
Do you need?
You gotta
Make
face
sure
the
they.
camera.
Yeah.
You can sit in my lap if you want.
Okay.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Here we go.
You gotta get
Pull the mic up.
Ooh.
I just believe she's doing it sexy. I believe she's doing it sexy. Like I can't even see it.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I was dead in the camera and just like was awkward.
All right, next.
Okay. So these ones are the Lay's Asian Hot Pot Chip.
Hot pot. I love a hot pot.
Yeah, the Asian Hot Pot. Spicy.
What's a hot pot?
Numb and spicy hot pot flavor.
You never had a hot pot?
I'm
No,
looking. I'm trying to
I've
remember.
never had a hot pot either, but I've heard of them.
What is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
God.
yeah, it's
Oh,
seafood. Like,
shit.
it's probably like Old Bay.
It stinks.
It's seafood. And I like seafood. It do stinks. Do stink.
I'm gonna need me a little piece because
They big too. Oh, hold on. That might be actually good.
That's nasty.
You gotta let it kind of like sit.
it's spicy.
It's just a weird
Flavor.
twang on my
Right.
tongue.
It's like I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it or
It's
not.
this weird, like, it's probably so chemical.
Let me do a little
filled.
sip ASMR.
It's like it's so much seasoning. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't like them ones.
Oh, no.
But I like spicy some.
What is
That go.
TBHQ for freshness? That
Oh God,
scares
you know
me.
she reads the ingredients. They're killing
Just
us.
like, what did I
They're
just
killing
eat?
us. If it's a fragrance, then you know
Well,
that's not good.
You're right.
That's not good.
and then it contains phenylalanine.
Oh, don't you tell us that shit contains fentanyl. Lord
Is that
have
twang?
mercy.
I these days don't. Oh my God! Wait a minute. It says numb and spicy.
Yes, I said
It
that.
does kind of make your tongue
It does
numb.
numb me a little bit. Like it's because it's
That
spicy.
can't be good.
It's like cayenne
I'm
pepper.
weak. Okay, so this is like kind of like the Swiss rolls we have here in America. They're from Italy. So they're like
Oh.
tiramisu flavored Swiss roll.
I wonder if they have all the chemicals.
This girl and her chemicals.
I
And
don't
it's
eat. If
one
I can't
big
pronounce
ass
it, I don't
Swiss
eat it.
roll.
Her ingredients.
Oh my gosh.
That is one big switch.
Well, I'm just gonna break a little piece off and pass it.
No, just put
Can
the whole
we
thing in
see
your
what's
mouth.
in
It'll be
it?
like Ren all over again.
What's in it?
It's a tiramisu flavor.
It's like
Oh,
a
yeah,
red
you did
delight
say
right
that.
there.
I can't tell me
Oh my God.
tiramisu. So I'll take a little bite.
It's like okay.
I'm gonna get a real good ASMR going. Have Kaylin eat a boiled egg. No
We eat
seafood because she's allergic. And then give her 3-minute grill afterwards.
I be tearing them corn up.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It was hard-boiled eggs.
I don't take that.
Look at your face.
I feel like somebody's gonna Photoshop this with a big old penis.
A big old chocolate.
Look at Lita.
That is thick and it's
I need to
black.
be on some dark web shit.
Lita Fasal. Eating
Yeah,
a
you know who would love that?
Yes,
Ashley and
right.
Sam would love that for sure. You get that, Jack. Look, pull it out.
I got it.
Okay, good.
Okay, take this. You want some,
You want
Jet?
to taste that, Jack?
You want some of my big
I don't
black?
know. I kind of got like a
You
taste
already
of
know.
cherry.
It's
Yeah,
right.
it's not
I don't
good.
know. It's just sweet. I don't like it.
This one's
Is that the
kinda
last?
Like, well, there's 2 more, but we don't have to do this one. It's a wafer from
You like that,
Germany.
Yeah, you got all kinds of cool shit.
You like it?
You went to where?
World Market?
World Market. Okay.
This is like some candy. This is like jelly candy or something. I figure it's kind of, it's like Wiggles. So,
I
Pass them around.
I should have brought my ginger chews.
girl,
I keep mentioning
I
that.
love
but-
ginger chews.
You like ginger chews? I love them. I found some
I'm
with different
traumatized by
flavors.
ginger.
Really?
Yes.
Why are you traumatized by ginger?
Oh, these are good ASMR.
Do you really want to know?
No, I don't know.
These are pretty good though.
That's good ASMR.
It tastes like a jelly life or saber.
Lifesaver.
Kind of, yeah.
Yep.
You just get one flavor.
I like this one.
Yeah. I like that one.
Sorry.
Let's take those to the salon.
Okay, so we'll I'm gonna eat that wafer later.
She's hurt by my jellies.
Last but not least,
Okay, this thing's supposed to make you drool.
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to make you salivate. Do you want? Okay, because I have this bag over here, so I'll go first.
Okay, how bad does this
I was
get?
like,
You'll see. I'll go first so you can see.
Do you need the bag?
You need
for
a
real?
bag?
Possibly.
Oh my God, we're gonna be drooling.
I'm scared.
We're gonna be drooling outside right now.
Five more minutes? Five more minutes.
Okay,
That's
we gotta
Solomon
hear-
said,
we gotta
"Get the
take it all at
freak
once
out of
then."
my place.
Okay.
We're gonna take it all at once.
Well,
if y'all start, just hold
here,
your
Liz,
hand.
I
Like,
dropped 2 because I don't need 2 or I'll be
Give-
saliving all
I'm
over
gonna
the
let
floor.
y'all do it and then
No.
I'll.
No,
Lita,
it has to
you
be a
gotta do
team
it
thing.
too. Look at it. It looks like something. Just don't like no mint.
Luke's ready.
She ready to let that.
My mouth tastes like a thrift store.
All these random
Facts.
tastes.
That is exactly what it's like.
No, the mint tastes nasty for one.
We just gotta wait for a second.
It does taste nasty.
Well, I feel like I'm about to like
Where'd you
start
get these from?
slobbering more though.
The sex store?
If I remember correctly,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
For real?
Either that or I ordered them offline.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's
Jesus.
nasty.
You're
It's like
such
kind
a
of numbing.
freak.
That's why it has a numbing thing in there. I'm tasting like a numbing type of
I'm
It
sorry,
tastes
this
like
is
lemon
disgusting.
pledge.
Right, you know when you go to the dentist.
I feel it.
Right, yeah, like it's giving saliva.
Just wait.
It's giving
I'm
saliva.
scared.
Yeah,
I'm
you should try one.
These are called Flintus.
My tongue kind of feeling a little tingly, like it want to start spitting.
Flintus
tongue feels
mouth-watering
weird.
mints.
What?
It's gross.
It's so gross.
It is. It's very nasty.
It's disgusting.
You heard how I said
What
nasty? Are you?
Yo. This feels so
But my tongue is starting
weird.
to numb.
Yes. I feel it.
I'm talking and the saliva.
What is in is.
It's numbing medicine for sure. It's,
It's
like
vegan.
Orajel.
Hold up, but it's vegan, sugar-free, and non-GMO.
It's like
The one
Orajel.
actual healthy thing.
It tastes like Orajel. Oh, that's what it tastes like. I'm trying to figure out what does it taste like, but it tastes like some type of medicine.
Serving size is 3 tablets. That's doing to you in 1 tablet?
I'm overproductive saliva glands
I think
already.
so.
Like
My tongue
naturally.
just-
You know,
Feels
but
like-
I feel it in my jaws like spit. If I wanted to spit, I could spit. You know how
Oh,
sometimes you can't
easily.
spit? And it's like, dang, I can't get
My
no saliva.
tongue feels like it's sleep. Like
Like your tongue fell asleep, like when your foot does.
yes.
Jet, why haven't you got one?
Yeah, you should try it. You
Yo,
should
just try holding. Put your tongue.
I taste the spit.
Hold all the saliva and see how
My
quickly.
tongue feels like
I
TV
taste it.
static.
I could gather the
You
spit.
feel it, right?
Yeah.
It's there. It's there.
Gather the
That's
spit
crazy.
really quickly.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's so nasty though. Like
It's so disgusting.
It's so nasty. And
It's not
so,
a mint. And I don't know why it
TikTok.
says lemon.
So
This is not
rude.
lemon flavored.
So nasty.
He's not a sex store.
I think so.
Are these supposed to be for?
It's for
Yes.
sex. So
It's supposed to be for that
to help
tiramisu
give
log.
that. To help give that. Yeah.
Lita.
Cotton
It's
mouth.
supposed
Well,
to be for
cotton
that
mouth.
tiramisu log. My tongue feels weird.
But nobody's
Yeah.
spitting the way Kaylin was.
Yeah. Well, Kaylin
Well, because
has-
drink, I keep swallowing. She said
I am
she
swallowing her,
She,
but
she
it's-
feel the she.
It's in my mouth. It's there.
See,
the
I
spit
just
is
let
there.
it roll off my tongue.
That's
like
what I'm doing.
Oh, you still have the whole
You don't
mint.
feel it like in your gall, like your gum.
I feel it in my tongue.
Like, it's just
My
wet.
tongue feels like TV static right now.
Yeah, like the.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah, like. I could probably spit like.
This just feels weird.
Hookies.
I don't have
When the mint spit.
a lot of
Haka
spit
Louie?
though.
Yeah, me neither.
Just tastes like ass.
It just tastes like
It does taste like ass.
I never want to put that in my mouth again.
I could spit right now, honestly.
Not
I
even
could,
with-
like I
I'm
could,
tired
like
of swallowing my spit because it's too much.
It's a lot of spit.
It's a lot of spit to be swallowed.
I'm just gonna swallow it. I'm tired of having this
Yeah,
thing in my
me
mouth.
too.
I'm just gonna not actually.
That was interesting, Kaylin. Thank you for. Let's end on that note.
Right.
Thank you guys for joining. It's been a blast, and I know this episode was weird.
Unhinged.
Very,
Very much
Unfiltered.
random.
Solomon, that's the
raw.
name of this one. It's called Unhinged because
Yep.
we talked about everything from hair and there to there,
Now
And
y'all
then
know,
there.
now y'all know a little bit about
And
us.
there and there.
to spitting,
Yeah.
And-
And seeing saliva, everything.
eating weird shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been fun. It's been real. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we shall see y'all
Bye, guys.
again every Monday. By the way, every Monday, new podcast comes out. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Watch us. Hair and there.
Check.
Love you guys.
Bye.